As I mentioned, Greta Karanouskite of Cal Baptist, she's number 7. This young lady ran at the World Athletics Championships in Budapest last summer. What a year she had. Second at the NCAAs, first in the WAC conference. Greta also was second in the European under-20s and sixth in her heat of the World Championships. She's a 4-time Lithuanian national champion. Her lifetime best, 9:26.88, set in the heat of Sacramento in the NCAA West Regional. That's 6th on the collegiate list. And you can see the diminutive figure of, and she just took off and flew right there, Karanouskite in that lead. Tucking in behind her, that's Poppy Tank from the UK and formerly from the University of Utah. Good field we have here. Jessica Furlan also up there, the veteran Canadian, 34 years old, a 2-time Canadian national champion. Lifetime best though goes back a while, 10 years to 9:33.45. And Karanouskite looking very, very effortless here. And also up there now you see Morella Laite. That's number 4. So 4 is, and then Furlan is number 6. So Karanouskite doing what we expected her to do. Poppy Tank, as I mentioned, had a really good career at the University of Utah, running for Kyle Kepler. Done a marvelous job with the Utes distance running team. Poppy, British national champion in the steeplechase. Her time not exceptionally fast when she won last summer, 10:02.77. That's her lifetime best in the steeple, and she's likely to bring that down in a big way today. She's run 15:45.07 for the 5 and 32:50.57 for the 10. So she really is a good distance runner. Kind of amazingly enough, just kind of taking the steeple up as a side dish, and a national championship was won last year. This is such a great shot from the runnerspace camera. Yeah, this really illustrates how fast these young ladies are going. I mean, that just shows more than anything the speed of these runners. Just want to bring up, it's 28 barriers, 7 water jumps. The barriers are 30 inches apiece. And technique is very, very important in this event, as is getting your steps right. And you can see that Karanouskite just has that nice staccato rhythm there. She puts them up and puts them down very, very quickly, which is what you need. You need to have that fast tempo. And let's see, she takes the water jump very well. You just don't want to be in the shallow part of that water jump. And meanwhile, we've got 4 side with Tank, Furlan, Lighty, and Stevie Lawrence of the Mammoth Track Club. Stevie Lawrence is there third from right. Coming around now. So let's give you some pacing information here. So Karanouskite is running 76-second laps. So on a nice tempo. If she keeps this up, this 76-second tempo, we're looking at roughly something very, very fast, especially when you're having to run the whole thing by yourself. She's on 9:30 pace, which is pretty darn impressive. Just for comparison's sakes, the meet record is 9:26.88, set by Courtney Wayman of BYU, a superb former NCAA champion for the Cougars. We're going to see Kenneth Rooks, a former teammate of hers, in the men's elite section of the steeple. Number 3 right there, you got a shot of Riley Fick, the Long Beach State athlete who, and this is great, we're going to see some javelin. This is Vanya Spajic of the Velocity Track Club, formerly of Fresno State. And in the javelin, Spajic currently in second, 50 meters 71. The leader, Kelsey Oldroyd from Utah Valley. Spajic was fifth in the NCAA championships, fourth in the NCAA championships in 2021 and a 3-time Mountain West champion. And Spajic just improved to 50.91, and now the leader, Kelsey Oldroyd, will come into the ring. Oldroyd, the WAC conference champion. As I said, we've got a ton of conference champions in this javelin throw. It's really a high-quality field. And this is Oldroyd, the WAC champion, and maybe one could say a surprise leader here at 51.46. Meanwhile, in the steeple, a blowout as we expected, Karanuskite, but the question is, how fast is she going to run? Because she's got a really good tempo going. And if this tempo keeps up, and that's a big if, you know, Courtney Wayman's meet record could seriously be in jeopardy. And you can see Jessica Furlan has now kind of broken away from that pack and has moved into second place. In the javelin, it's kind of nervous time here for Ariane Moraes of UTEP, the Norwegian. Moraes coming up for her third throw, and she's had 2 fouls. And this one looks to be what we kind of sort of expected she should be able to do here today at least, which is to get 3 more throws, and she should do that quite easily. So we see second and third here in the steeple. And I think we're seeing second and third because first is so far ahead, except actually Karanuskite dropped out. So after running about a 9:25, 9:26 pace, she dropped. And on the left is Federica Botter of UCLA, currently in 8th, surprising because she won the Texas Relays Championship. Botter is the reigning Pac-12 javelin champion. And she arms out a good one there. And the race on the right, Jessica Furlan leading Poppy Tank in second. And Riley Fick, one of my favorite runners because she's an 800 steepler doubler. She did that at the Big West Championships for Long Beach State, and that's a tough double. You're running heats of the 800 and then a final of the 800 and steeple, and that is a tough, tough double. Meanwhile, Furlan, the veteran 34-year-old athlete, who maybe a lot of people thought left for dead a little bit, her PR dates back all the way to 2014. 2-time Canadian national champion, though. And on the left, that's Julia Campazzato. She's currently in 8th place in the javelin. And Poppy Tank now in holding down the fort in second with a pretty substantial lead over Riley Fick, who's going to run a very good time here. 200 meters to go for Jessica Furlan. Furlan ran a 1:17.68 last lap before this one, penultimate lap, and that is hoofing it. So Furlan will be coming into the finish now, and who would have thought this? Now I did not see, because I was looking at the javelin probably, whether Karanuskite had pulled off with an injury or maybe this was just designed in this way to run the first few laps or so. But here comes Furlan. She'll be first across the line and be a pretty decent time. 9:50 and change, 9:50.88. And here comes Poppy Tank. I think she probably came here hoping to get a lifetime best. And then the fine 800 steeple doubler, Riley Fick, ex-Long Beach State 49er, finishes third. And then in fourth is Stevie Lawrence. So Poppy Tank does get a lifetime best, 10:00.17. So she does get a lifetime best. And Riley Fick, 10:04.03, a very solid performance by her. Erlyn doing a nice job of congratulating all the athletes here. Classy lady indeed. Jessica Scherf, 5th in 10:06:29. And Morella Laite in 6th. And in the javelin, Malia Benson of UC Santa Barbara is up. And there are your results. This was the fast heat. But Karnuskite, I did see an athlete